Welcome to this week's episode of the Pull List Examiner. This is my weekly video where I take a look at the comics that I'm looking forward to reading on New Comic Book Day. And New Comic Book Day this week is going to be September 6th, 2023. We are getting near the end of the year already. Seems like the year flew by. I have only 4 books on the list this week, so it should be pretty easy to sort through and give you the top 3. Let's start with the first one now. Starting off the list this week at number 3, we've got Justice Society of America, issue number 6. I have been a Jeff Johns fan for a while, and he really revolutionized the DC universe years ago with some of his storylines that he wrote across all sorts of different characters at DC. And if you remember, before this huge Night Terrors event, we had the Dawn of DC event, which I think we're coming back to. And then before that, we had Dark Crisis. That all seems to have led this way. And here we are with the continuation of that entire initiative over at DC Comics, where they're doing like a mini reboot, and Jeff Johns is writing on this issue. We've got Marco Santucci on art, and I'm looking forward to reading this. It usually doesn't make my list because some of the other books seem to bump it off the list, but this week with the shorter list, it makes it. And I have to say that I'm glad because I get to talk about it and let other people know it is a really good story. It ties into Stargirl that Jeff Johns also wrote. It ties into some of that previous plot line I just talked about from Dark Crisis and Dawn of DC. And in this series, you've got the JSA teaming up with the Huntress of the future, because we do have a little bit of time travel going on, and she is trying to stop some things from happening so that the JSA can survive. And if you don't know, the Huntress in this series is also Helena Wayne, which is the daughter of Batman and Catwoman, so you get some interplay there. There was actually a meetup, I think it was last issue, where she went and visited her dad, who in the future is no longer there. So it's been a good read. I really like what Jeff Johns is doing. Hopefully you will pick it up too. And coming in at number 2 this week, we've got another DC comic, Batman, issue number 137. Chip Zdarsky is returning with this new story arc. Unfortunately, I did not get to read the one-shot issue that came out last week yet, so I'm a little lost as to what's going on. I need to go read that. And hopefully we get this new story arc started off. It looks like, from what I've seen, there's about 5 to 8 issues of this arc across this series. The main title, Batman, and also some one-shots, it looks like. So it'll be interesting to see what we get. I think Chip Zdarsky is the main writer. Maybe there's some other he's sharing duties with, but we'll see what we get. I'm excited to see. I'm a huge Batman fan, so that made number 2 this week. And at number 1 this week, we've got Barnstormers issue number 3. This is the series from Scott Snyder. I believe the issues are double-sized because they were being released digitally before they were printed here. So you actually get like 2 issues, I think, per the printed issue. But if you are interested in some classical historical fiction with some, it feels kind of like a World War II era time frame, this has been a really fun read. It's not your normal superhero comic. It is a story of intrigue, romance, adventure, as these 2 people, this couple, go off and have almost a Bonnie and Clyde type relationship in a barnstorming airplane as they travel from city to city. So it's a unique storyline with great art from Tula Lote. So if you haven't picked it up, I do recommend going out and grabbing Barnstormers. As always, you can find my full pull list in the description of the video below, even though it's only 4 issues this week. That's okay. You can always leave a comment and recommend something for me to read. If you see stuff that you have found common interest in, you may know of a title that I've never heard of. I've actually picked up some really great stories from other YouTubers, other people watching my videos, because they drop a comment that gives me some good suggestions. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Pull List Examiner. Remember to read them, bag them, and board them.